Europe is 7% of the world population, 22% of the world GDP, and Angela Merkel likes to remember it, 50% of the social spending. Europe should be a paradise, but in fact, it's not. So the question is, are we going to take the lessons of the COVID-19 crisis? Will Europe enter in a new age of reason? I believe the stakes are high, and it's a matter of survival for Europe. So besides the COVID-19, we are facing plenty of problems. COVID-19 has shown the worst of Europe as well as the best of Europe. The worst is, of course, shortages, slow reaction, closing borders. The best is the great step forward of the next EU generation plan, which is a real revolution thanks to Germany mainly and a little bit France to have this initiative. But besides the challenges of COVID-19, we need to adjust to the new challenges of globalization. There are big changes in our globalization. It is undergoing huge transitions, demographic, technology, climate change, but it is also a divided globalization in regional blocks, more and more under the influence on one side of the US, on another side of China. And this globalization is facing growing inequalities. As a matter of fact, the rich people are getting richer and the poor people are more and more in difficult situation. In this context, Europe is facing a strong pressure. The pressure is coming from the outside internationally because of the US and China. It is a regional pressure also. We are surrounded by countries facing wars, instability, difficulty. You cannot have a prosperity zone without stability around you. And if you look, Russia, Turkey, Middle East, Northern Africa, challenges are everywhere. We are also, besides international pressure, regional pressure, facing immigration, and I don't believe that the agreement we have reached with Turkey can last. We need to find our own solutions through discussion and debate, and we are far away from that. Pressure in the inside, divisions, we know the divisions, south, north, East and West, growing division between East and West, but also fragmentation through growing nationalism, legal nationalism, what will be in the future the position of the Constitutional Court of Germany, the Karlsruhe Court, what will be in the future the position of the Poland Constitutional Court. We have these legal nationalities, which is a problem, as well as economic and political nationalism. I believe there are 4 conditions to have a real rebound in Europe if we want to reach unity, credibility, and be able to act together. The first condition is a philosophy based on our values. And I believe we are a little mixed up today between what is the rule of law, which is basic for democracy, and what are society debates that should be debated, but where we can disagree. And I believe mixing the two creates more problems in Europe, while unity is a precondition for success. Second condition, the strategic autonomy. We must have our own independence. We must be able, between the US, China, Russia, to have the possibility to defend our vision, our interests, to really be strongly defending Europe, which is not the case today, basing too much our security on the US and not being able to play our role. And if we are not playing this role, Europe will be the battleground. That's where China and the US will fight against one another. So it's a real matter of survival for Europe. Third condition, I believe we need a new paradigm. Politically, it's important not only to have a Europe of nation states, but also a Europe of citizens. Citizens are the forgotten species in Europe, and we should put them at the center. And COVID-19 is a great occasion to have the citizen at the center of Europe. We have the opening of the Conference on the Future of Europe, which is giving part, a little part, to citizenship. We should do more in this regard. Also, a new paradigm economically, because I believe in this year and a half, the position of most of the European countries has been no limits to public support, no limits to spending. The result is growing debt and deficit. We should go back to reality. We should find the right limit for Europe in the coming years, and we should find the possibility to define our priorities. I think there are two very important. The first one is to be able to lead the battle of innovation. We have all this alliance, semiconductors, on cars, which is also very important, but we need to do more. And we have a second battle, which is the battle of norms. The one who is going to be able to lead on norms and regulation is going to lead the world. We should not be outside this important battle. The fourth condition is governance. Today, we are in a Europe which is led by Germany. Germany has the real capacity in Europe. Of course, France can help. Traditionally, it has been like that. But we should find a way to integrate more countries, Poland, more countries of the South, in the leadership in order to get a real consensus, unless we can override the rule of the unanimity. The paradox is, and I will end with that, the paradox is we are living in a world which is every day more powerful. But more and more our people do feel powerlessness. I believe one of the big challenges for Europe, one of the big responsibility for Europe, is to give a meaning to our globalization and to set an example.